Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today we will be learning a new workflow allowing you to create a social media machine that automates your content on all platforms while you sleep and get views. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So before we get started, just to share a bit about myself, my name is Cal from Dynamic AI, and my goal is to explore and share practical AI automation use cases and workflows we can build today and get ahead in the AI race. And so what are we going to be building today, right? Today we'll be building a social media system, right, that researches the latest news and topics in your niche. From there, this automation will create unique content for you and post for you on all platforms such as LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, all at one go, uniquely in the format that the social media platform demands. And so how does the social media machine works, right? It is able to post latest and unique viral content for your niche or businesses at all platforms. And by doing so, it's able to generate massive reach and grow your social media while you sleep. And this workflow is fully customizable and you can customize it according to your own specific use cases. And so how the automation works, right? For example, you are a biotech media company that covers the latest news and topic in this industry. And so your business goal is to constantly be ahead to provide the best and latest news and interesting insights in biotech. The problem about this is that it is time consuming and hard to keep up with all the news and create great content daily. And so this automation aims to solve all of those problems. Right. Firstly, starting with an RSS scraper, whereby we will use an RSS scraper to scrape the internet for the latest topics for your specific niche. Following that, we will use powerful AI tools such as Perplexity and GPT to summarize and get valuable insights on the latest news. After this is done, using the key insights and summary, we will use AI agents, custom GPTs to create unique content for your social media platforms. And moving forward, all the new content will be updated into an Airtable waiting for approval. And all you gotta do at the end of it is to review the content, approve it, and the content will be posted onto the individual platforms automatically. Amazing, isn't it? And so what are the resources that we need to use for this specific workflow? First of all, it will be one of my favorite tools, Make.com. Make.com is an automation platform that allows you to create automation workflows and connect different applications within it in a low-code manner. And this allows us to create effective AI automation workflows that are super powerful in a short period of time without having to learn how to code. And so this is really one of my favorite tools and it's super robust and you can build all your automation workflows just like Lego blocks. Now moving forward, within Make.com itself, what are the applications that we will be integrating into it to create our automation? Right, first off, we will start off with the RSS app. Right, what RSS app do is it is a very powerful and intuitive tool that allows us to scrape for news and articles in real time. Right, from there, we will be using Perplexity AI, right, which is an amazing search engine AI tool that allows us to get insights from other articles and fact check together with the latest news and provide us with a better analysis of our content research. Moving forward, we definitely have to use one of our favorite AI, ChatGPT, to create AI agents for us to generate unique content, scripts, and viral hooks for our specific niche. And last but not least, we will then be connecting them through our social media platforms using their APIs. And in this tutorial, we will be looking at the four main platforms: Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And so, to be able to connect all of this, one of the terms that you need to understand in AI automations is called APIs. Think of APIs as a way to connect powerful applications that were pre-built into our automations. This allows us to very quickly use their use cases without having to build all these different tools from scratch. And so if you need help connecting the APIs, I do have resources and links in the description below, so check them out. Now, just one last step before moving forward into creating our automation workflow, you must be thinking, how can you leverage? Right, so if you're watching this video, I believe you fall into one of these two categories. The first is a business owner or a creator. And if you are a business owner or a creator, one of the ways this social media automation platform can help you is that it allows you to save time and cut costs on production of content, increasing the reach and ROI of your brand. But of course, I believe a lot of you that watches my content falls into the other category, which is an AI enthusiast or an agencies. And in this case, you can use this workflow to build powerful automations for businesses and creators and save them hundreds of hours and hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. Or you could also build your own content business from this. So the sky is really the limit here. And so I hope you're as excited as I am, because now we're gonna go right into the building of this automation workflow. Let's go. Alright, and so to start, we're gonna get out of this slide deck and get into our first platform, Make.com. Right. Getting into Make.com, you first have to create an account. And once you have done so, I want you to go into the scenario tab over here. okay, and create a folder, and I will name it social media automations. What this does is that it allows us to more effectively organize our automations as we create more of them down the line. Okay, once you have done so by creating a folder, I'll click the plus button over here on the right hand side to create a new scenario. Right, to simply explain what is a scenario. A scenario is a whole flow of our automation from top to the end. And as you can see from here, all these little bubbles are called modules, right? And each module is a specific action within our automation workflow. The first module is the RSS app that allows us to take in the latest news and insights in our specific niche. And then we convert the information through a parser and then pass it through our AI agents that will then create analysis and create titles, prompts for us, and ultimately consolidate them all into an Airtable. And so this is just a simple example of a scenario, but not to worry, we will go in depth into how we build this from scratch live. Now moving back into your folder, we will be creating two scenarios for this automation. The first scenario is the first automation where we will be getting information of the latest news articles in our niche and then analyzing them through our agents and creating new content and finally consolidate them into an Airtable. From there, because we will want to approve this content before we post it, that is where the second scenario comes in, where we will be approving the information from the Airtable and it will trigger a step of actions allowing it to post on the different platforms such as Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And so I know this might be overwhelming at this point, and so not to worry, we're going to start by building in our first scenario. So going back to the first scenario, social media automation 1, we're going to click into it and we're going to find this page with a new bubble, and that's where we're going to create our very first module. Right. The very first module that we will be creating is the RSS app. So we're going to click plus and I'm going to search for RSS app. We're going to click into it and we're going to click retrieve RSS feed items. And what this does is that it will retrieve the information from our RSS feed. Now let's move into RSS to create our feed. Moving into RSS, you can see over here, once you have created an account, you can click onto new feed. Over here, you can create your own unique feed by searching different URLs that you are interested in. And you can scrape not only the web page, but other platforms such as Instagram, LinkedIn, Google News for your information. But for this simple example, we're going to use one of the templates that they have created. So moving to topics, right? For example, we are going to act as a biotech company today. We're going to look for biotech under technology. We're going to click into it and create a template feed. And very quickly, you can see over here, we do have a feed that takes in the latest biotech news from all the different web pages online. Or you can see over here, Simple Wall Street. This information is taken in the past 4 hours, right? Over here, you have this new news that is 19 hours ago, and all these are updated on a daily basis in real time. So this is super cool. And let's say this is the feed that we want. We're gonna click Save Feed. Okay, once we have saved this feed, we're gonna copy this link, and this will be what we use to be able to create our automation. Right, copy this. We're gonna go back to social media automation 1 out of 1. We're going to key in the URL over here. Awesome. And what this does is that it allows the automation to be able to grab the information from RSS app itself. You could also select the date that you want the data to come from. But let's say we just want to take the latest information in real time. We're going to leave these blank. Okay, the maximum number of written items. And in this case, as it is a tutorial, we're going to put 1 to manually showcase how we can retrieve the information. Of course, you could add in more if you want to get more data at one specific point of time, but we don't want to overload our automation, and that's it, done. Now over here, just to showcase how it works, we're gonna click run once. I can see over here, once this bubble is done, it shows that this automation has been completed. You can click onto the bubble and you can see the bundle over here. Right, you can see it has taken one specific information from the RSS feed. So let's click on the URL and check that out. Copy this and paste it over here. And let's see what we get. Okay, so you can see over here, this is a article from Simple Wall Street. When will Acticore Biotech says break even? Right, super interesting. It does have all the information that we want, right? And you can go back to the RSS feed. You can see this is the latest news that they have gotten for us. So super cool. And every time it is updated, we can have new articles coming in into our automation. And so once we have done this step, we want to convert this information into something readable so that we can use our AI to analyze and create content for us. So we're going to first create another module, and this time we're going to create HTTP, and we're going to click get a file. Okay, and for the URL, we're going to click URL under the RSS feed. So let's click run once and see what we get. Okay, let's open the bubble over here. You can see the input is the URL that we have gotten from the RSS feed. Right, you can see the output over here. Right, if you open the data, you can see a bunch of HTML code. Now this is something that is unreadable and we don't really know what's going on. So we just need one more step before we convert them into text that our AI can read effectively. Okay, and so let's click plus once again. And this time we're going to search text parser. Okay, what this does is to convert the HTML to text. So we're going to search HTML to text, click it in, and we're going to click the button over here. And very easy, we can take the data from the HTTP module itself. Right, click into it and click OK. Now let's click run once again and see what we get. Run anyway. Okay. Once again, as long as the bubble is completed, it shows that the automation has run successfully. Click into it, we can see the output, the bundle, the text, and you can see over here, we do have the list of links, we do have all the information in text. So this will be super useful for our AI to analyze later on. Amazing, so this first step is done, we have converted the file into something readable. All right, and so now zooming out, what we always want to do as good practice is to save our content because Make doesn't automatically save them. And so it will be troublesome if you have to redo everything from scratch all the time. So click onto the save button and save anyway. Now we'll do this over and over again throughout the creation process. And so after this step, we're going to be integrating our AI applications into our workflow. So the exciting part is coming right here. Okay, the first AI that we want to integrate is called Perplexity AI, right? So first we're going to click add a module and we're going to search Perplexity AI and we're going to click create a chat completion. What this does is that it allows us to then prompt Perplexity AI to do a specific action for us. As you can see over here, there is a connection part that I'm connected to. But if you do not see this, you do actually have to connect the API into make.com, right? And so how do you actually do that? You just have to go into Perplexity to create an account. Okay, once you have created an account in Perplexity, you want to go into the settings over here, okay, and you click into the API. And at the bottom, you can see an API key that you can generate. Now you can click plus generate and it will automatically generate a key for you. Now, one thing to note is that the key is super precious, so you don't want to share it with anyone else. So make sure to keep it in a safe space. And that's because by using it, you will automatically be using your credits for the automation workflow. So take note of that. And once you have taken the API key and copied it, you're going to go back into the Make platform. And from there, you're going to add in your key and connect your Perplexity AI into the automation. All right, and once that is done, you will see a page like this. And over here, you can choose your AI models. Perplexity supports a list of different LLM models that you can use, such as Llama by Meta, as well as Mixtro. And I really like Mixtro, so we're going to choose Mixtro 8x7b instruct. And we're going to add a message, and this is where we add our prompts. We add a message, and we're going to click content, and we're going to click user. This allows us to be the user that prompts the AI. Now moving back to content, I'm going to very quickly add in a set of prompts that I want to instruct the AI to do. To save time, I'm going to copy this prompt over, but you can get them in my resources in the link in the description below as well. So I'm going to paste it over, and you can see over here, firstly, I'm going to have to add in the article, right, and I'm going to find text from the text parser. Right? In this way, they've converted the news information into readable text for AI to analyze. And following that, I'm going to give it a list of instructions, right? Firstly, to analyze the provided articles and extract 2 to 3 key phrases that captures the main topics or themes. Using these extracted phrases to perform a search across a wide range of reliable sources. From the search results, identify 5 most relevant and up-to-date insights or facts related to the topics covered in the original article. Present them in a concise manner and use no more to 30 words for each point. And include the source and date for each insight. And at the end of it, I also give it an example output format. And this is super effective to allow it to give us the information in the format that we want. And we're going to click OK and see what we get. Alright, and we're going to click run once again to see what we get. And take a look. You can see over here, we're going to click into the bundle, the usage, and the choices, right? And let's take a look at the message. Awesome, you can see it actually provides us the information in the format that we want over here, and it gives us 5 different insights about the news article. Also taken references from different articles such as market insights as well, and this further validates the information that we have gotten that we can use to create our content later on. Awesome. The next part of this automation is where we will be creating our GPT agents to create content for us. So before we get started, let's move into the platform.openai. Now, platform.ai is a platform that allows us to create custom GPTs or assistants that allows us to do specific tasks for our specific use cases. Now, in this specific workflow, we will be creating 7 different agents to do different tasks for us throughout the process. So really super cool, and at the end of it, it is really like creating your own AI army to do the work for you. The first agent that we will be creating is the article summarizer, where it will actually create summaries of the article and provide insights for other agents to create content further on. After we have the article summarizer, we will have the article title creator to create exciting titles for our content itself, right? Moving forward, we also will have the DALL-E prompt creator. And what this does is that it will create nice and beautiful prompts to create images for our Facebook post, right? And then moving into the 4 main content creator agents, we'll have the LinkedIn content writer, we'll have this Instagram caption writer, the Twitter content writer, and the Facebook caption writer, all to create uniquely different content catered to each specific platform. And we're going to create a new agent by clicking onto this green button over here, and then we're going to give it a list of instructions and prompts that allows us to create these agents. In the span of time, I will not be going through how I prompt and create all these agents effectively, but you can get my prompts in the resources below, so do click the description below to get access to all of them. But just to run through with you how I will create one of them, I'll firstly create a list of prompts using 6 main methods, right? I'll give it a role, a task, specifics, context, examples, as well as notes. Right, running through each of them, using this example of the article title creator, right? I'll give it a role saying that it is a professional title creator with a talent for crafting short, viral, curiosity-inducing hooks for articles and topics. Also, will tell it to create with a limit of a maximum length of 50 words. Right, following that, I'll make sure to give the AI the task that I want it to do. Right, so as a professional title creator, its task is to generate engaging, curiosity-inducing titles for articles and topics. Right, and so to create an effective title, I gave it a list of steps, right, such as analyzing and comprehend the provided content of the topic, right, identify the core messages or key points of the content, right, and then generate a title that captures the essence of it. Moving forward, I also give it a list of specifics to guide the AI to just creating effective titles. Right? In that way, our AI really becomes more effective as we build it moving down, such as ensuring that the title is concise, it doesn't exceed 50 words, use clear and compelling languages to draw in the reader, and so on and so forth. And after that, I also gave it something called context. And this helps the AI understand why or what it actually needs to do, such as telling it its role in crafting attention-grabbing titles is crucial to ensure that content reaches and resonates with the right audience. And by creating short, compelling titles, indirectly contributes to the visibility and success of our content, motivating the AI agent to actually do more for us. And moving on to one of the most important parts, examples, right? I will give it a list of examples as well to give you a reference of what actually makes a good title, right? And at the end of it, I'll give it some notes to remind the AI once again on what it actually needs to do and take note of. And so this is an example of how I would create my prompts to create effective AI agents. But for a more in-depth guide, do check out my prompt engineering tutorial. So once I've done so in effectively creating all these different AI agents, I'll go back to make.com and I'll start adding in my GPT agents. Once again, we do need to connect the API, so you can find your API keys over here, right? And make sure to add them into the Make platform. Okay, and once that is done, we're going to come back to the Make platform. We're going to start adding in our agents real quick. First, we're going to click the plus button once again, and we're going to click Message and Assistant. Okay, I'm going to add this in, and what this does is that allows us to essentially connect and talk to an AI agent that we have created. And over here, if you click assistant, you can see a list of assistants that we have created just now over here. But the first assistant that we want to create is the summarizer agent. So I'm just going to search the article summarizer, and I'm going to click into it. Awesome. And once we have the article summarizer, right, we want to give it a prompt, right? And as we have already gave it all the instructions of what it needs to do in the assistant, the only thing that's missing is that it doesn't know where to get the information such as the article, right? And so we're going to click message over here, and we're going to type the article is, and we're going to click text, right? That's where we have gotten the information about the article over here, and we're going to click OK. Amazing. And we're just going to rename this into article summarizer. Beautiful, right? Once this is done, we're going to add in our next agent, which is the article title creator, right? So we're going to once again search for message and assistant. All right, and from here we're going to add in the article title creator. Okay, and we're going to give it a message once again, and similarly we want it to know the data, right? So we're going to click the article is text. Over here we could also give it other information such as the summary that has just been created by our GPT agent is the result from the article summarizer. Okay, and we're going to click OK, and that is done. Rename this guy to the article title creator. Awesome. And once this is done, very quickly we're going to create the next one, which is the DALL-E prompt creator. Create effective and beautiful images for our content, right? So once again, we're going to click message and assistant, and we're going to search for the DALL-E prompt creator. Beautiful. And we're going to give it a message as well. And this time around, we could also give it the same information. The article is, and we're going to find text. The next one is summary is the result from the article summarizer. Okay, and click OK. Great. So now that we have these three information that is consistent within our platforms, the next thing we're going to create is the content itself, which is different for every single platform that we will be posting our content on. So we're going to create a router that connects to 4 different AI agents, each for one platform, to create unique content specifically for each of them. How are we going to do that? Firstly, to click onto the plus button once again, and this time we're going to add a router. A router allows us to split the workflow into multiple paths. And the first thing we're going to create is the Facebook writer, right? So once again, we message an assistant, and we're going to find the Facebook writer. Okay, and over here we can just search Facebook captions writer, click into it. And similarly, we have to give it the information to create content. The first information we want to give it is the summary from the article summarizer. The second information that we think would be useful to create content is the article itself, so we're going to give it the text. And lastly, we also want to give it the additional research that has been taken from Perplexity AI. So we're going to go to Perplexity AI, click onto choices, open up messages, and we're going to click content. Now he has information from 3 different resources for you to create content for Facebook. And to save time, we're going to clone this 3 more times for the different platforms. We're going to right click the Facebook caption writer. So clone this once, make sure it's connected to the router. We're going to clone again, and we're going to clone once again. Awesome. Okay, now that we have the 4 of them, we're just going to change the name first so it's easier for us to organize. The second one will be the Twitter content writer. Twitter content writer. Okay, the third one will be the Instagram content writer. Instagram content writer. Awesome. And the last one will be our LinkedIn content writer. LinkedIn content writer. Okay, awesome. Okay, awesome. And we're going to change the information within. So we just have to change the assistant for the Twitter content writer. We're just going to search for Twitter. And once this is done, you're going to click OK. Change for Instagram as well. We're gonna find the Instagram captions writer, and we're gonna click OK. And the last one, we're gonna find the LinkedIn content writer, and you can click the LinkedIn content writer, and we're gonna click OK. Awesome. And once this is done, we just have one last step to go, which is to connect to our Airtable. And before we do that, let's just click save, and we're gonna run once to see what we get. Okay, we're gonna press play right now, and let's see what we get. Okay, awesome. And now that we are back, it has now completed the automation. You can see everything has run successfully. We do have the content for the article summary. Right, take a look over here, the text. Awesome, we do have the summary. We also do have the title created. You can see over here, text, beautiful title, I like it. And then we're gonna move on, and we can see the DALL-E creator. Let's rename this DALL-E prompt creator. Yes, not to forget this. Click into the bubble, and you can see the DALL-E prompt, a depiction of a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. Awesome, right? And of course, we're going to look at 4 different content that we have created for our platforms. The first is the Facebook caption writer. You can see over here. Beautiful. It does have the content created, and this is actually a format that I told the GPT to do for us. So very nice. And you can see over here, the formats are different for each platform, as we have created different agents for each of them. Right, so you can see the Twitter content. For the same specific news, we do have a different writing style. So really nice, catered to Twitter itself. And you can see Instagram has its own one as well. And last but not least, LinkedIn also has its own version. Right, look at the results, and you can see over here, it's a more question type content, which is something that we cater specifically for LinkedIn in this workflow with our agent. So awesome, we do have all the information now, but we do need to connect them into an Airtable so we can consolidate them nicely in the front end and approve them for the next automation. To do so, firstly, let's go into airtable.com, right? Moving to airtable.com, we do have to create an account first. Once you've created an account, moving back to the front page, make sure to create a new blank base, right? By clicking onto the Start from Scratch button. And over here, I have created one called Social Media Automations. The first thing I'll do is to change the name by clicking onto this and change it to Social Media Automation for me to easily know which table this is for. From there, I'll make sure to change the name of the table as well by double clicking onto this, and I call it Viral Social Post. We're going to very quickly run through the different rows that we'll need to consolidate the information that we have. Now, the first row we'll need is the URL of the latest news insights that we have gotten. Secondly, you have to create a new row called AI Enhanced Search. You can do this by right-clicking it and duplicating the field, and make sure that it is a text field. We can have the second one called AI Enhanced Search, which is the information that we have gotten from Perplexity AI. Following that, we want to create a summary row that will collect the summary of the article by our summarizer, right? And then following that, we want to have another row called Platform, and this is to indicate whether the information is for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Twitter. And moving forward, we also want to have the content. Now, this is where we will be collecting the content information generated by our GPT agent, and the content would then be posted onto our platform afterwards. We also want to have the viral title as one of our row as well, and the DALL-E prompt for us to generate beautiful images, and lastly the status. And in the status itself, we're going to click onto it, right? And generally you want to change it to 3 different status. Number 1 is rejected, in progress, and approved. And this is super important as we will be using this approved status later to trigger the automation moving forward. Okay, so make sure to click save. And beyond that, we will be creating 2 different fields. The first one is called created time. Or how you do so is to click the plus button, right? You're going to search, find a field type, and you're going to search created time, right? And once you have that, make sure you name it created time as well for easy organization. But what this does is to show you the created time of this specific column itself. Okay, and following that, you want to create something called the last modified time, and this would then return the last modified time of the specific column. These 2 rows are super important as it will help in the triggering of the content that we have created later on, as well as to make sure that AI automation doesn't repeat its posting after it has posted once onto our social media platform. But we'll get more into that later on. So once you have created all these different roles, awesome, you also want to make sure that the API is ready for connection to make.com. Right, how you can do so over here is to click onto the profile button over here and find integrations. One of the ways I integrate it into make.com is by third-party integration, where I will grant it access, and I'll grant it access to different tables and base that I would like to use. Alright, now coming back to this scenario, we're going to first create an Airtable module by clicking plus. We're going to search for Airtable, click onto it, and we're going to click create a record. Okay, what this does is it will be able to create records for us in our Airtable. Right, and you can see over here, this shows that my connection is approved. And I'll click onto the base and I'll choose social media automation, right? The same table that we have created previously. Okay, and coming back to make.com, we're going to choose the table viral social post. Awesome. Okay, once you are here, you want to then add in the information, right? You want to link them over here. And so here's what we're going to find. The first one is the URL, and this would be taken from the RSS feed, the URL. The second one is the AI enhanced search, which is the information from Perplexity AI. So we're going to click into choices, message, and content. Beautiful. Next one is summary. All right, and so that's where we can find it under the article summarizer, the results. Platform, right? This one is where we're going to type in, we're going to call this Facebook. And let's give it an emoji to make it more exciting. So we're going to add the fire emoji. Awesome. And the next is content. So the content will be from the Facebook caption writer, the results. And then we're going to add in the viral title, which will be from the article title creator, and the DALL-E image prompt, results, and the status, we're just going to leave it open for us to then approve in Airtable later on. And once we click OK, this is done for Facebook. Now to save time, we're going to duplicate this 3 more times. Okay, we're going to right click this and clone, move it down, and we're going to clone this once again, clone, move it down, and once again clone, move it down. Okay, and we just have to change some information within the Airtable, but only one we need to change for each of them is the content and the platform. Right, so the second one is for Twitter, so make sure we get the result from the Twitter content writer instead, and change the platform name to Twitter, and this time we're going to give it a bird emoji. All right, let's click onto this one, pretty cute, and click OK. Wonderful. Okay, moving forward, the next one, Airtable once again, this time for Instagram. So let's change it to Instagram. Give it a camera emoji this time round. And the content, make sure we are getting it from the Instagram content writer. And lastly, for the LinkedIn content writer, we're just going to change it to LinkedIn. And LinkedIn is a lot more serious, so let's give it a more business-like emoji like this working office man here. Okay, and change the content as well. Make sure it's from the LinkedIn content writer and click OK. Awesome, and we're gonna play this whole automation workflow and see what we get. Run once, and here we go. Okay, and now that it is done, let's go back to our Airtable and see what we get. And over here you can see all the information are now updated to Airtable, so that is beautiful. The one thing I really like about Airtable is its modular and slick interface. You can see you can click expand and you can get all the information in one page. So it's super effective, super useful, and you can just review the content over here, and you can just change the status over here to approve, right, to get the automation working. So that is super cool, right? So once again, really amazing job if you have gotten all the way to here, because you have completed the meat of the automation. Now we just have to complete one final task, which is to automate our posting process as well, so that we can just relax, sit back, and click approve for our content to be posted right away. So without further ado, we're going to create our second automation. We're going to come back to the first automation first and make sure we save our content before we move on. Now moving into our second scenario, social media automation 2 out of 2, we're going to very quickly create our very first module. This time it's going to be the Airtable, right? And we're going to click watch records. We're going to choose the social media automation base once again, and we're going to choose our viral social post table. Awesome. And we're going to have a trigger field, right? The trigger field would be the last modified time. And this is super important to make sure that the AI doesn't post twice once it has posted on our platforms. Moving on to label field, we're going to choose status. And this is what we want to use as a trigger to decide whether the content should be posted or not. For the limit itself, we're going to set to 10 for this simple example, as we only have 4 columns, so we can be able to automate all of them very quickly. But of course, if you do have many different columns, you can increase the maximum number of records as well. Once this is done, we're just going to click OK. Moving forward from here, we're going to create a router. Okay. Hang in there, guys. Okay, from here, we're going to then create a router and then link to the 4 different platforms to post on them effectively. The first one will be Instagram, and for Instagram, in this scenario, we want it to be posting an image as well. And so the first thing we want to create is the DALL-E image generator to create AI images for Instagram posts. So we're going to search DALL-E and we're going to click OpenAI. We're going to click generate an image, and there we have it. We're going to choose the model as DALL-E 3, which is the best for now. And for the prompts, remember we have created the DALL-E image prompt, so we're going to click onto this. And there we go. We're going to click OK. Beautiful. All right, once this is done, we're going to add another module. And this time we're going to search Instagram for business, right? Instagram for business. And we're going to create a photo post. It's exactly what we want to do to complete our automation workflow. Over here, make sure to link your Instagram page using the API, and once this is done, we're going to click onto a photo URL, and we're going to click the data from the DALL-E generator, and we're going to click URL. Awesome. And for the captions, right, we're going to click onto the content, right? This is what we have created for our Instagram page, and this will be received from the Airtable. Right, once this is done, we're going to click OK, and here we go. The first automation part is completed. We're going to do the same thing for the next few. So the next one we're going to create is the Twitter. Alright, so we're going to click onto X, formerly Twitter. We're going to click create a post. And the text content will be content, right? Very quickly, done. And we're going to click one more. The next one is Facebook pages. Okay, Facebook pages. We're going to click create a post. And the next one is pages. Select your page and then you're going to click message. This is where we will have the content. And here's an interesting part that I would like to add, right? For Facebook, I want it to have the link to the article as well so my users can see. So I will click onto URL as well. And this would allow me to create a post together with the link. Super cool. Okay, last but not least, we're going to add the final one, which is LinkedIn. Same thing, search LinkedIn, click onto it, create a user text post. Right, and we're going to find content, which is content, and we're going to click media type. Okay, this time we're going to search article as well. We want to link the URL once again, similar to Facebook, so that our users can click into it. So we're going to click article, we're going to click URL, we're going to give it the URL. And for the title, remember we have created the viral titles. So this is where we will be using them for our LinkedIn platform, right? Viral title. And then for the description, we're going to click summary. Awesome. So now we have all 3 inside. We're just going to click OK. And so that's it. Our automation workflow is almost completed. Just one last thing we need to do over here, right? We want to add a filter to all of them. So the first filter we want to add over here to ensure the trigger works properly is called the status checker, right? So what does this do? So what we're going to do here is to create a condition for our workflow. The first thing we want to do is to click status, where we're going to click text operator and click contain case insensitive, and we're going to type in approved. Right? What this does is to make sure that this workflow will only continue if the status itself is in the approved state. And so this is super important to make sure the automation works correctly. Once we're done, we're going to click OK. You see now we have the status checker here, making sure that the content is checked before we automate them. Now moving into the router, we also want to create a few filters over here. But we don't want the Instagram post to be posted onto Twitter. We don't want the Twitter post to be posted onto Facebook, and so on and so forth. Right, so we're going to first create a filter for Instagram labeled as Instagram. And once again, the condition this time is going to be called platform. Right, remember platform is where we have all the different platforms indicated for each content in the Airtable. And so moving back, we just want to make sure the platform is contains case insensitive Instagram. And we're just going to do the same thing for the other three platforms. Twitter, condition, platform, Twitter, contains case insensitive. Okay. For Facebook pages, label Facebook, condition, platform, contains case insensitive Facebook. And last but not least, LinkedIn, condition, platform, contains case insensitive LinkedIn. Now why did I choose contain case insensitive, right? Because I think this is easier to make sure that this filter actually works effectively, and it just needs to contain this specific word without any case issues as well, right? So why is that so? Because you can see over here we do have a format with emojis and all that, and if we click equals, we have to make sure that what we are looking for is the exact same word. If not, it will not approve. So just to make it simple, we're just going to choose all as case insensitive and click OK. Awesome. Now once this is done, make sure to click save. So really amazing job over here. You have now completed the full automation workflow, and now we just gotta make the magic happen. And how we're gonna do so is we're going to go back to our Airtable and we're gonna approve all the content that we want. Right, so we're gonna change the status to approved, 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 and approved. Now we're gonna have our content posted into 4 different platforms at the same time. Right, once again, repurposing information from one source into 4 platforms. And now imagine what you could do if you get information from 1,000 resources repurposed into 4 platforms daily in automation. Super exciting, isn't it? So now let's see how it works. Coming back to the platform, we're gonna click run once. Alright, beautiful. Now you can see the automation has worked effectively. All the bubbles are stated over here, means that it has posted nicely. Let's check out our platform to see what we have created. To first start off, we're going to check out our Instagram page, right? So coming to our profile, it has posted a new post, right? Beautiful image created by DALL-E about biotech. You can see the information written over here that we have proposed, the content that we have proposed. Beautiful work. And this is created 41 seconds ago. Beautiful. All right. And now moving forward, let's check out the Facebook page. Right, coming back to our Facebook page over here, you can see the post has been created, right, in a different format as compared to Instagram, right, catered just for Facebook, with interesting questions and interesting captions. I really do love this one. And you can see we also have the article link as what we have mentioned earlier. Right, clicking onto it, you can see the article is being linked over here so that the user can click onto it. So super cool. Customized a little bit different to Instagram. And so this shows how versatile our automation workflow can actually be as well. It doesn't have to be the same on every single platform. And the unique content is what makes it exciting and useful. Right, just to showcase the last 2 examples, we want to check out our Twitter as well. You can see it has posted a Twitter post. Beautiful, right? About the same topic but in a Twitter format. And last but not least, our LinkedIn post. You can take a look over here. You can see it does have an amazing post for LinkedIn as well. It does have the link of the article, and it also includes the viral title that we have created, right? Can Acticore Biotech defy odds with 82% growth to break even by 2025? Amazing. And we can click onto it to see what we get. The same article over here. Beautiful. Repurposed into 4 different platforms in 4 different unique formats at one specific time. And this automation workflow can run endlessly for you in any specific niche that you are building it for. And so that's it. Congratulations, you have created your own social media machine that allows you to post endless viral content on every single platform for your specific niche. So once again, I really appreciate you for staying to the end. If you like videos like this, do give it a like and subscribe, and let me know what other automation tutorial videos that you'd like to see in the upcoming videos. Till then, keep automating, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.